Hello everyone, welcome to Enthusiasm. Since we are already done with sketching an ellipse in a Cartesian plane, in this video, we will be discussing on how to transform the general equation of an ellipse to its standard form. So let's start. So we have here an example of an equation of an ellipse in general form. Why is it important for us to transform the general equation of an ellipse to its standard form? For example, you are given an equation of an ellipse in general form and you are asked to graph it. Now, if it is in general form, you cannot get the center, the vertices, and the foci of an ellipse given the general equation. So first thing to do is to transform it. So today, I will teach you how to transform the general equation of an ellipse to its standard form. Our example here is 9x squared plus 16y squared minus 36x plus 32y minus 92 is equal to 0. So first step is to group the terms according to the variable. So we have here x and y variables. So first we will have the x variables. So 9x squared, we will group it with 36x because it has the variable x. And don't forget the negative sign, minus 36x. Next is the y variable, so 16 y squared and positive 32y. Now we have here negative 92. What will happen is we will transpose this one to the right side of our equation. So negative 92 will become positive 92. Now we already have grouped our terms according to the variables. So we have here x variables and we have here y variable. So next step is we will factor out the numerical coefficient of the variable that is being squared. So in our x variable, the term that is being squared here is 9x squared. So what we will do is to factor out 9 and put it outside the parentheses. So we have 9x squared divided by 9, the remaining term will be x squared, and 36 divided by 9, we have negative 4x. So that when you multiply x squared by 9, the result will be 9x squared, and when you multiply negative 4x by 9, the result will be negative 36x. On the other hand, we will put it outside. The numerical coefficient of y squared is 16. So we will put 16 outside the parentheses. Then 16y squared divided 16. The remaining term will be 9 squared. Next, 32y divided 16. Answer is positive 2y. And copy positive 92. So next step, since we already have regrouped them by putting outside the numerical coefficient of the variable that is being squared, next step is we will complete the square. We will complete the quantity inside. So we will copy 9. So x squared minus 4x. We will look for the third term by completing the square. So half of negative 4 is negative 2. And negative 2 squared is positive 4. Now, if you are not familiar with completing the square, you review our last discussions because I already taught that one. So next, plus 16. We have here y squared plus 2y. The third term is, so the half of 2 is 1. Then 1 squared is equal to positive 1. So the third term is positive 1 is equal to 92. Now, we added here the third term of x and the y variables. We will just not add 4 and 1 because if we multiply 4 by 9, that is 36. So first, we will multiply 4 times 9, 36. So we will add here 36. And 1 times 16 is positive 16. So we will add 16 also here. Next, what we will do is to find the factors of the quantity inside the parentheses. So we will find for the factors of x squared minus 4x plus 4 and y squared plus 2y plus 1. So we have 9. Its factors are x minus 2 and x minus 2. So we have x minus 2 squared. Because x minus 2 times x minus 2 is x squared minus 4x plus 4. Next, plus 16. The factors of this one are y plus 1 and y plus 1, or y plus 1 squared. Then we will combine this one. 92 plus 36 plus 16, the answer is 144. Now, as you can observe, the standard equation of an ellipse is always equated to 1. Now we have here 144. So that we can get positive 1 here, we will divide both sides of our equation by 144. So divide by 144. Divide this one by 144. And this one by also 144. So 9 quantity x minus 2 squared over 144. So we have your 9 over 144. If you will reduce this one to lowest term, we can get 1 all over 16. So we can write 1 x minus 2 squared over 16 plus 16 over 144 reduced to lowest term, we will get 1 over 9. So we can write 1 plus 1 squared is equal to 9. And 144 divided 144, the answer is positive 1. Now here, 1 is not necessarily be written here because it is understood that if you can see a numerical coefficient, that is understandable as 1. So we will just erase this one. So the general form of this equation is x minus 2 squared over 16 plus y plus 1 squared over 9 is equal to positive 1. Now here, you can just automatically divide 144 by 9. So 144 by 9, the answer is 16. And 144 divided 16, the answer is positive 9. So next example, we have 25x squared plus 16y squared plus 150x minus 32y minus 159 is equal to 0. So first step, we will group the terms according to variables. So 25x squared with 150x, 16y squared, that is positive, with negative 32y. Then we will transpose negative 159 to the right side of our equation. So this will become positive 159. Next step, we will factor out the numerical coefficient 25. So 25, remaining term from 25x squared will be x squared. Then 150x divide 25, answer is positive 6x. Then again, factor out 16. The remaining term will be 9 squared. Then negative 32y divide 16, the answer is negative 2y. Is equal to 159. That is, when you multiply x squared by 25, the answer is 25x squared. 6x times 25, the answer is 150x. And here, if you multiply 16 by y squared, the answer is 16y squared. And 16 by negative 2y, the answer is negative 32y. Next step, we will complete the square. So 25x squared, half of 6x is positive 3. Then the square of positive 3 is positive 9. So the third term here is positive 9 plus 16 y squared minus 2y. Half of negative 2 is negative 1, and the square of negative 1 is positive 1. So the third term here is positive 1. Then 159. Then we will add also the values that we added in the left side of our equation to the right side. So we have here 9 times 25. The answer is 225. Again, we have 1 times 16. The answer is positive 16. Next, we will factor out x squared plus 6x plus 9 and y squared minus 2y plus 1. So 25. The factors of this one are x plus 3 and x plus 3, or x plus 3 squared. 16. Factors of 9 squared minus 2y plus 1 is 9 minus 1 and 9 minus 1, or 9 minus 1 squared. Then if you add this all, the result is 400. Now for this equation to be equated to positive 1, we will divide both sides by 400. Divide by 400 and divide by 400. The shortcut is we will just divide 400 by 25. So 400 by 25, the answer is positive 16. So x plus 3 squared over 16. Again, 16 is the quotient of 400 divided by 25. Plus y minus 1 squared. 400 divided 16, the answer is positive 25 is equal to positive 1. So it is already in the standard form. Now we can get our center, which is negative 3 and positive 1. And for the position of this ellipse, since 16 is our b squared and the denominator of x is b squared, therefore we can say that this ellipse, or the major axis of this ellipse, is vertical. So here ends our lesson on transforming the general equation of an ellipse to its standard form. Stay safe everyone, and Merry Christmas!